In this video, I will show you how to create a sci-fi space scene with a planet and a ring inside of Adobe Photoshop from scratch. So make sure to stay tuned because that's coming right up. Hello guys, this is Muneeb from Design with Muneeb. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time over here, then make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss anything. I've gotten all of my textures from a website called solarsystemscope.com, so make sure to check that website down. I have also put a link down in the description for you, so yeah, make sure to check it out. Now here in Adobe Photoshop, I want you to set the width of the document somewhere from 1920 and the height to 1080 pixels, and of course the resolution should be anywhere from 150 to even 200, but I would not suggest you going above 200 as it would lead you in a very large file size. So I'm going to leave the color mode to RGB and let's hit create. The first ever thing I would suggest you doing is set the foreground color to white and set the background color to black if not already. Now I would go to filter, noise, add noise. Now this is all for the star backgrounds. I am going to add anywhere from 30%, set the distribution system to Gaussian and hit the monochromatic. Let's hit OK to add the noise. Now I'm just going to unlock the layer and press Ctrl J to duplicate the layer. Let's just hide the topmost and select the bottom one. Now go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Let's just add 0.5 pixels of Gaussian blur. Now I'm going to press Ctrl L to open up the levels menu. In the levels menu, I've set the blacks to 253 and let's just hit OK. Now this is a base for our black star background. Now to create glowing stars, I'm just going to select the additional duplicate noise layer. Let's just unhide that and let's just inverse that by using Ctrl I. Now I'm gonna press Ctrl L again and I'm going to make way fewer stars by adjusting these. Now if we just select the duplicate layer one, go to channels, and while selecting the RGB, let's hit this little circle. Now we have all of the stars selected. We can just remove this layer, create another layer and just fill it with white. Now we can just double click on the layer with the stars only, check outer glow, let's set the color to white. In here we have a very basic black stars background. Now we can go on and create the planet along the rings. For the planet, I have been using a texture I've downloaded from the website I told you about. In order to use this, I'm going to open this in Adobe Photoshop. Then I'm going to select the rectangular marquee tool and let's just make a perfect square. Once the perfect square selection has been made, I'm going to right click, layer via cut and remove the background. Now I'm going to go to over image and trim the transparent pixels. Moreover, I'm going to select the ellipse marquee tool and now make a perfect circle covering the entire canvas. Now I'm going to right click and hit layer via cut. Now I'm going to go over to filter, distort and hit spherize. Make sure the amount is 100%. Now hit OK. Now if you see that the spherical effect is enough, just leave it. But for me it's not enough, so I'm going to go over to filter and add the last applied filter again. I think this is okay for me. Now I'm going to select and drag the planet itself, go over to my document and drop that over here. Let's just make sure to resize this appropriately. Now, in order to create the rings, I'm going to go over create a new layer. Make sure the foreground is white and the background is black. Go to filter, this time go over to render and hit clouds. Now you'll see something like this. Now I'm going to go over to filter, render again and hit difference clouds this time. I'm going to add another difference clouds filter, another, until I see a complicated texture or pattern. Now I'm going to go over to filter, distort and hit twirl. I'm going to make sure the angle is 999%. Hit OK, and if this is not enough for you, then just go to filter and hit twirl again, but this is enough for me. Now this is the time where I make a circular selection, so let's just make a selection real quick. Now once I've made the selection, I'm going to go over to select, modify, and I'm going to contract about 20 pixels. Now I'm going to go over to select again, modify, and feather this time, about 20 pixels. So this makes a rather smooth selection. Now I'm going to right click and hit layer via cut, and we are left with something that looks like this. Now depending upon your needs, if you want to make a thicker ring or a thinner ring, you can just delete the part of the inner ring with an eraser tool. For me, this is looking just fine. Using the perspective tool, I'm going to adjust the ring so it can be used with our planet down there. Now this is the part where we cut the front version of the ring from the planet. So while the ring layer is selected, I'm gonna control click the planet layer thumbnail so we get the selection. Now using the eraser tool, I am just gonna remove these parts or here real quick. After the ring has been removed, we are going to color the remaining. I am going to select the layer and click this little button, and here I'm going to go over to color balance. I am going to make it a bit blue over the midtones and go over to the shadows. I'm going to go over to a red. So with this, it gives us this little bit of look, and I'm going to tweak the highlights also, making it a bit of sign. So all in all, it gives us this bit of look. So this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then make sure to leave a like on the video. If you loved it, then make sure to subscribe. Check out other awesome content on the channel. This has been Muneeb, and until then, see you later.